raise the volume slightly. Alright, coming through there now. Let me turn down the volume on here. On TV itself. My other headphones on. Let me see. What? Right here. Mic. Yeah, what am I hearing? No, is it playing properly? How is the sound volume there now? Music control. Good. Not getting that feedback now. No, I need somebody to help me. I now need somebody to help me test. Let's turn off some of these. Mm-hmm. Good. Oh, sorry, Cat.
It's sounding good now, Phil. No more feedback or anything. What'd you do?
Yeah, but are the
Yeah,
people
I
in
could
the
hear you
chat
saying I need
hearing me
somebody to
though?
help.
Hearing us? There's no more
Yeah,
feedback,
I could hear
but
you in the chat
is
telling me, saying that you
I
need
had to
somebody to
change
help
the
you
default
test. I could
device.
hear that. So it sounded good. So you're
Mm.
trying to simulcast on here and on YouTube? Is that what you're trying to do?
Yeah. Let's change that primary speaker to that. I don't think the people in the chat is hearing though. Let me see how we can. On YouTube, we can hear you and
I
I,
could hear
but
you on TikTok. I could hear you.
the thing is, let's see. Um, how do I get them to hear? Those in the chat, see this audio thing here. Ah, what I might have to do is change this here. To down to him. Change this no, we're still not hearing there. Oh, I have to change back the things in here. AI more. Good. Right. Let me see if it's coming through. Hold on a minute. Say something, Cap.
Okay,
Let
how
me
is
see
the
if the
sound now?
speaker picking back up.
Okay, how is the sound
Good.
now?
All right. Hold on. Hold on. Yeah. Hi. Hi. Fee. All right. Say something, Cap. I want to see if
How's it
I
now?
don't.
How's it now?
I think people should be able to hear now in the chat. Those in chat, can you hear us clearly?
Is Dottie still down there? Is Dottie still down there?
Mm-hmm. All right. So I had to change the for Microsoft thing so it don't come through the same headphones because of the delay. I had to change it to a different output speaker. Hi hi Chris Duty. Can you hear us clearly?
Dottie,
Speak up
can
and
you
see.
hear
Let me see
me?
if she can hear us.
Dottie, can you hear me?
Okay, cool. I need somebody to check the CC, the Caribbean, Skeptic Secularist, the one that has 154 subscribers. Right now is running live there on YouTube to tell us if the volume is clear, if the sound is clear and that you're not getting reverb. just to tell us. That's the Caribbean skeptic seculars. And YouTube duty is the Caribbean skeptic seculars. Um, there's one about 154 subscribers. Okay. Can you come up with Cal for a minute and talk with her? I want to listen without listening here. Listen in the YouTube. On YouTube, I have it pulled up, but then listening here and listening there is kind of thing. I just want to make sure that there is no
Hi, Capricorn.
reverb.
Hi.
Hi, Daddy. How are you?
Not too bad. Not too bad.
Yeah.
How are you?
Not too
That's
bad.
good.
Not too bad.
That's good. We're in a bit of a mess. It started snowing here again just now. We're in a bit of a mess.
Oh, horrible.
It started snowing here
It's really
again
cold
just
here
now.
in England. It's
Horrible.
freezing. It's really
below
cold here at the moment. It's freezing. It's
Here,
below
it's,
at the moment.
Here, let me see.
What are you actually trying to do? I don't understand. What are you trying to link to? I don't understand.
Trying to simulcast.
You're trying to link to.
Okay, so here it's 28, which is -2 for you. Okay, so here it's 28,
Wow.
which is -2 for you, and it's snowing.
Wow.
So
Okay.
wow, you're in for a mess. Snowing for the next couple of days.
Wow.
You're in for a mess, right? You're in a couple of days.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. So it's -2 for you. So that's
Yeah.
cold. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's -2 for
-2.
you. So
It feels like.
cold.
Okay. -2. It feels like that here as well. I'm not sure what it is actually. I'll have to check.
Because you know the heat bill is going to be through the roof.
I know. We've had it heat on all through. Oh gosh.
It's
I know.
24 hours, right? You have to have the
Yeah.
heat on. And then, but if you turn it off, the water pipes will burst.
Oh gosh.
So you have to keep the house. You have to keep the house a certain temperature. You cannot let. Well, I have a basement, so I cannot let that basement get freezing cold because the pipes will burst. All the
Wow.
pipes burst, and I had that happen once before. Long time ago when I used to work at the hospital overnight, and I came home and I was tired, and the kids were asleep because it was a snow day, and I didn't even check about that pipe, about the furnace in the basement, so it wasn't on, and it was like 17 degrees here, and so that's what -12 or 13 for you.
Oh
And the
gosh.
pipe burst. When I woke up, there was about 6 inches of water in my basement because the pipe coming in from the ground,
Wow.
coming into the house, it burst, and all that water was just flowing like a river into my basement. It was terrible.
Oh wow.
Yes. So, oh God, it was horrible. I lost 2 sofas. I lost the bed, the dresser that was down there, and the bed. It was all ruined. It was just a mess.
Because it gets waterlogged. All the water gets in
Yes.
it, and
By the time we got the water cut off, it was about 6 or 7 inches of water in the basement.
oh,
And then my cousin said, just open the back door and let it flow out. Well, so you know, there was a whole sheet of ice in my backyard because I opened the door and let that water flow out. It was just a mess, and it was cold. It was so
oh
cold, like
gosh.
17 degrees Fahrenheit.
Oh.
So from then, I'm very careful. 17, yeah, that's like -9 for you. From then, I'm very careful to make sure I leave that heat on downstairs. But then that bill is like 3 or 4.
So it's one or the other.
Yeah, 'cause, I mean, like 400, three something, almost 400. I just paid Friday 386.
Gosh.
Yeah, and it's gonna be that way again next month because we've had all this cold. We don't. I live in the South. We don't normally have this. This is an exception for us.
Is your house made out of
Wood,
stone? Not stone. Oh yeah, wood. Yeah.
stone. Ha!
Well, why I said stone is because in England our houses are made out of bricks.
Yeah, I know. Well, some are made out of stone though.
Mm,
Very old ones, right?
right.
In the countryside, they're made out of stones. But yeah, I know what you're talking about. Your house is made out
You
of
know
that.
why I said that? You know why I said that? Because of all the fires that are happening in America.
Oh,
And
that's on the other. I live on the other coast. I live all the way on the East Coast, and those fires are on the West Coast. So it's about 3,000 miles from me.
right.
It's very far, but my ex-husband lives in that very city where it's going on.
Oh gosh. Because I heard the water's bad there as well now.
Well, because it's that city is the ocean is on one side of the city and the desert is on the other side.
Right.
So that city is, but of course the ocean is salt water, so salt they can't use that water exactly out of the ocean to put out the fires. It's just a mess, and in that particular city, in Los Angeles, they have like where there were houses, um like say back in the 40s and 50s, they
Mm.
had a big boom and a lot of people moved there and built houses. Well, in the last 20 to 30 years, people have built houses in between those houses.
Wow.
That's how many people are in that city. They built houses in between the houses in a lot of places. And so the houses are very close together, right? Like maybe 2 feet apart.
Right.
And so if your house catches on fire and my house is only 2 feet apart next door, guess what?
Yeah.
My house is gonna
It's
catch
going to go
on
high
fire.
as well. Oh my gosh. Because the tinders just got float over right over to the other house. To the other house.
Yes,
To the other house.
it's no way to stop it, right?
That's what they're saying. Yeah.
So that's what's going on. It's because I don't know. They say they cracked down on it and they got strict with the building code now, but I mean, I get it. And people have built like houses in the backyard, right? So
Right.
if you, because it's so crowded there, and your kids get grown, right? Or say your sister moved here from Africa or whatever, then you just build a house back there in the backyard or build a house right next door, right?
Right.
And so that makes the houses be incredibly close together. And when it's like that, you can control the fire because it just jumps from one roof to the next roof to the next roof, and so on down the street.
Jeez. Oh, I was saying to my cousin, if the houses were made out of brick, then the fire wouldn't have spread. But he said, you've got to remember it's a hot country there. So that's why they don't make the houses out of brick. They make them out of wood.
Well, there in Los Angeles, those houses probably are, because they're built, like my house was built in the 1990s, so it's built out of wood. But those houses are built are older, so they probably are built out of bricks, or at least halfway out of bricks. But that's not the problem. The problem is that they're so close together and everything's so crowded.
I see. I see.
That's what's wrong.
Oh my gosh. I don't know. There's so many different views and sayings about why this fire started, and well, of course, the Christians are saying it's a sign from God. It was supposed to be happening anyway. So I don't know. Don't know which one to believe. I don't believe the Christian one, but there's lots of copycat. People that say, "Oh, fire! Let's start a fire." There's lots of copycats as
Y'all
well.
are coming.
Hello? Went quiet. Hello?
Yes.
Oh. Yeah, lots of
y'all are coming through clear, and there's no that song anymore. It's coming through very clear on YouTube.
Okay.
YouTube.
On YouTube. Okay. I'm just here talking about fires.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, as I was saying.
Sorry, the echo is gone. The sound is gone. It's very clear.
Okay, brilliant.
And so, yeah, I actually got the problem solved. I wrote down the solution. So, yeah,
Okay.
that took me almost the whole day. I was trying to figure it out, but I eventually got it solved. I had to put that thing. Hi, do that. What's up? Can you hear us? You can hear us clearly, right? Yeah. So yeah, it's this is fabulous. Now I can stream when I do a live. I can stream to the YouTube channel too.
Okay. That's great.
But yeah, I have to turn on use my other account to log into the TikTok app on Windows, and then use XSplit Broadcaster to stream to YouTube. But it pulls up the app. It actually pulls up the app window. The problem I was getting was that I was hearing and what it was conflicting with the sound here. So I was getting like a echo. Repeat, you can hear the echo and then the reverb and so on. So I had to make that specifically assigned to a different sound output to these that I'm using here, and assign the same sound output for XSplit to whatever that TikTok. So I covered that.
I don't know what the hell you're on about. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, I got it troubleshoot. So it's coming through very clear. So I have to show Afro how to do that, so that people on YouTube can still see what's happening in TikTok.
Oh, that'd be brilliant.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. The only thing is that I know like with the construction Justin he was trying to get people to call in through Discord or through YouTube. I have to try it now through Discord where I can connect the Discord also to the um to come through to the TikTok studio to see if we can have that happening. That's something else that we'll have to try later on. We might have to end up using two different microphones, you know. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, thank you so much for assisting and making this possible.
I hope it helped.
Yeah, it helps a lot. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It helps a lot.
So, where are all the Christians? What's happening?
I don't know. They probably thought TikTok was going to go back down for all the Americans, and so they ran. And I don't know. Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Is it true, Capricorn, that Trump gave another 90 days?
It's 90 days.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, so
Yeah.
I guess because he wants to try to work out some deal,
Yeah.
so-called deal. But you see what happens.
So everybody's hailing Trump now.
Yeah,
No
but he
Trump,
probably
help
just set
us,
that
help
up
us.
to so as to say, yeah, I actually made a deal, got TikTok to
Yeah.
work with. The usual. There's always some end game. Always some end game with him. That's the thing. It's always the end game. So you don't get don't get carried away with that sort of thing at all. So
What he's saying is that the United States, they're gonna have an investor from the United States, and they're gonna buy half, and then TikTok is gonna keep the other half of the company. But now
yeah.
they're saying something strange about they want to ban it in UK too.
What?
But I don't know what
What?
he has up his sleeve.
What the
Seriously?
nonsense?
Yeah, it's crazy. I can't call it.
They're going to ban it in UK.
Uh-huh. Oh my goodness. What a foolishness.
You know, United States and England is the same people on different sides of the ocean.
Yeah.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Don't expect any more from one than the other.
For goodness sakes.
Mm-mm-mm.
No, I hate that. You know, when I think of thinking something and I go, oh, for goodness sake, or for God's sake, it's just embedded in me.
Mm-hmm. You know? And they connect people. So I don't know what. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. So I mean, you care about follow because Trump, all the while they're not saying anything, no. Because Trump says, or I don't know. Hi, what's man?
Hi,
Thank
Otis.
you.
That's lovely.
Thank you, do that. Thanks, do that. Do that what I was doing is if you check the Caribbean Skeptics Secularists, my YouTube channel, I am streaming there. So I was trying to get the sound sorted out. It was getting reverb and echoing and feedback. I actually got it solved. So I wrote down how to solve that problem. I'm using XSplit Broadcaster to stream to YouTube, and using the TikTok on Windows 11, the TikTok app. Thank you, do
Oh,
that for helping me to achieve the goal.
Phil,
Hmm?
you updated to Windows 11?
Ever since, yeah.
Oh, I
When
was
the first thing, and when Windows 11 is a lot more stable, way more stable than Windows 10, and uses less resources.
but I need to update my laptop
Yeah,
then.
yeah, you have to check in the because Windows was sending in the update, free update, so you have to check in your Windows update section. You'll see something there. I think they will have sent it to you. Gosh. Yeah. So right, they have to check. Yeah, what happened there just now? Oh,
Look,
yeah. Thank you for helping me to achieve my goal. Do
oh,
that.
that's another thing. We can't recharge on coin.
Yeah.
No, when I click the thing, it says it's unavailable.
Like here, I can't recharge. Well, I can recharge my coin. Not recharge. Any coins I got, I can change. Any advances in money, I can use it to purchase coins. But I can't recharge. I can't go to Google Play Store and that's something we can't do
So
in the
it's
thing.
not
And I can't
available
even
either.
subscribe. I can't even subscribe. Somebody will have to give me a subscription.
So
No problem.
it's not available for you either.
Um, no. The any coins that was sent to me, that I can change for money, but I can't recharge in terms of purchasing coins in the way that you will say if I wanted to use my PayPal or whatever to purchase coins. I can't use it even to subscribe,
But
to
that's
pay a
unusual.
subscription.
It hasn't always been like
But
that,
it wasn't
right?
always like that for y'all, for us here in Caribbean. But what I can do is any money that I accumulate in coins, I can change it back for some coins. But I can't subscribe to people. I can't do subscription. It's crazy.
That is odd. So they really are messing with it.
But I could never do it. In Caribbean, you can't do it. Is anything has to do with central bank restrictions and foreign restrictions in the Caribbean, foreign exchange. Mm.
Yeah. Oh.
I was trying to remove my old. I had to create sometime back a new my channel update, change it. I create a new. and I told people stop using the old one and to switch to the newer one. So you might see two or three there. There's Caribbean Skeptic Secularists, but the one that has the most subscribers is the one that is the updated channel. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Let's go on. Well, uh-oh. TikTok is sending a picture puzzle to show that you're still present. I did. Let me see how do I do this now. Mm-hmm. Okay. Right. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, let me go and get my food warm and mm-hmm. I'll be right back. If anyone send to come up, both of y'all you can have more let's see moderator. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Capricorn, are you a moderator?
Chap is a mod.
Somebody trying to come up. I'm sorry.
No, I said that thing, but I don't worry, dude. I ain't next to a moderator. Just give me a second. Because I think you might be a mod on my other account that I was using before. So let me see. Manage gas. Settings. This question. Right. Let's see here. All right. Add more. Right. All right. So all right. Duty or moderator, so you can bring anybody request.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm humbled.
Yeah. I am humble. So I just want to get my.
Where's Chichi at work?
Chichi went to take a lay down.
Uh,
She was on with me earlier. We were trying to get the thing problem solved. Yeah. Then, yeah. I got called. Then came and restarted. Because idea came to my head.
That was
My brain.
before I came on.
Yeah. My brain tends to roll over. Just when the problem with this rather than trying to get it solved. Just so my brain works. I'll be right back.
What time is it there in Capricorn?
Right now it is 3:55 p.m.
Wow. It's 9 o'clock in the evening here.
At night, yeah.
What's the difference with Phil?
Phil should be 2:55. I think it's either
In the afternoon? 2:55.
no, it might be 4:55. It's an hour's difference now.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Wow. See, if TikTok stopped, it would be so sad because, just getting in touch with people from all over the world, sad
Right.
if it stopped.
It would be harder to get in touch with people.
Yeah.
Luckily we've made luckily we have made connection with a lot of people already. But then you don't want to lose connection with those people, right?
No.
And so I think it will be harder.
What is this guy saying? Paul Murray?
Let's see. Oh, Polly. That's our friend Polly.
Okay.
Hi, Polly.
Hey, Cap. Hey,
Phil,
CSS. Hey,
Hello.
I'm
Daddy.
trying to help Phil. He's trying to get the simulcast going between TikTok and YouTube.
Oh. That's way out of my league.
Mine too. I was just saying yes, I can hear. No, I can't hear.
Oh. Well, okay, I have to tell you this, Cap. But while you're listening, I was over on the other app and I was talking about Asada Shakur, and they didn't know who I was talking about. They said, "Who is that?" And I said, oh, like Angela Davis, Asada Shakur, Leonard Peltier, Octavia Butler. And they were like, we don't know any of those people. And I went, oh, well, there's this lady on here named Quan. She reads books about all that stuff.
Are you kidding?
No, I'm not.
They never heard of Asada Shakur?
That's what they said.
But you got to realize, look at where we grew up. Look at what we grew up with. They didn't. If you're talking about younger people, are you talking about younger people?
Yeah, but they're in their 40s and 50s.
Yeah, I'm telling you, the 40s. When you get to the 40s, that's 20 years after me. Right? I'm 64. Right?
Yeah, me too. Okay.
So when you start looking at people in their 40s, they don't know about that because don't forget they grew up in the era of Ronald Reagan. And then
Oh.
they moved into the Bush era. They did not see the zenith of the left, the zenith of the progressive movements. They saw the destruction of it.
Right, but
Rich,
books,
Medgar
books,
Evers
books.
was long dead when I came along, but I know he was.
Yeah, but Cap, don't forget that that's the world we grew up in. They still revered these people. They still talked about them. They still. Do you remember? What was his name? Pat Robertson. Pat Robinson,
Yeah.
the white guy who attacked.
The pastor?
Yeah.
No, not the pastor.
Oh, not the pastor.
The political pundit who they started going after, and especially with Obama, the last vestiges of that period was where they talked about what was it called? Not the something gospel, not the freedom gospel, not the emancipation gospel. They basically went after how the church was used. They finally destroyed the vestige of how the church was used, or they started it in the 60s, where they were talking about, I think it was the emancipation gospel, basically black people using the Bible to free themselves and to get rid of racism. And they went after that with all you guys don't remember how brutal they went after that? Especially with Obama and with the Obama's pastor saying "God damn America," and I thought it was the perfect phrase. But
Now,
how they
you
used
remember
that?
when they attacked Jeremiah Wright? Yes.
Right, that's what I'm talking about.
I remember that. Yeah.
But do you remember what they called it? I think they called it the right was calling it the emancipation gospel or some shit like that. They had a term, and they coined this term, and they went after it, and that was the last vestiges. So you have these people who are growing up in their teens, in their 20s, in their mid-20s, and they don't understand to the level that we see these people and what these people did. Like you and I, Medgar Evers died in what, 64, 65, something like that?
Mm-hmm.
I was a little kid, but I understood who he was.
Right.
They don't understand that now. They are so disconnected. I was
Now,
just...
they are disconnected.
They
Wow.
were...
They are really disconnected because I've heard people trying to go back and say that James Brown was a Cherokee Indian. And I'm like, no, James Brown never said anything like that. You're not going to do that.
So they get all this information, but they're getting bullshit information. I was just told, I was just in Kate's room, and we were talking to Alana, and she's struggling with the intersectionality arguments that we have, us understanding how to bring together the intersectionality of racism, sexism, and all that stuff in the economics of our system and how our system is so just tainted and poisoned. These young people today, they have no clue about this shit. They don't care about it. All they care about is Amazon.
Wow.
And they don't see it.
Unfortunately, so I know that every place isn't as plastic as Atlanta is, but here, everybody wants to look like a celebrity, right? People work hard to keep up these images, right?
Right.
And so that's a real problem here, but I didn't think that was the problem all over the country. But at any rate, it's all about getting money. These people could care less about any type of history or erasure of color, or they could care about any of that. They're fine with Cheeto standing up and saying there's not gonna be more race. I'm like, yeah, that's what Castro said in 1959. Didn't
Right.
work out well for them. But they're
Wow.
fine with him saying that because as long as they can get money. I'm like,
Wow. You know, funny. The thing is, uh, when I read my history books, right, and I go back into history, that is what they said back then. They said the what I forgot I'm on TikTok. Okay, what the Europeans said back then. They said you have to become civilized, and you'll become civilized when you want money and when you want power and when you don't worry about the fact that you're indigenous or that you're a Negro or that you're any of those things. You're just an American. That's when you'll be civilized. I remember that.
Damn.
It's crazy. It's just crazy. Well, I'm glad I'm old then, because, Lord help us.
They just don't see it. And it's just like I liken this to the anti-vax movement. When
Mm,
when when you don't have to pay the price for the crap that happened before, you forget very quickly. All of a sudden, we don't need vaccines because you weren't in a house full of people with chickenpox, or you weren't watching the damage that measles did. The same thing.
exactly.
These young black people, even some young women, don't understand the shit that people went through.
Wow.
yeah, I mean, like, well, not my mom's sister, but my mom's first cousin. She had polio, and she never got married. She never had kids. She was what? Well, no, she did have a husband, but she couldn't have sterilized. And she walked around on those crutches. The crutch. They weren't like,
Yeah, the silver ones.
yeah, she
Mm-hmm.
had those, and she was always the sweetest lady. And I just thought, as I got older, I was like, dang, she was so nice and everything. And her husband was unalive, I think, in Vietnam. She was
Mm,
older than my mother, and so it was just her, and she lived with her mother because her husband had gotten unalive, and she lived with her mother. But she was on those crutches, right? Her whole life, she never was able to work or anything. And
wow.
but see that I remember her, right?
Mm-hmm.
But people that are younger than me, they never saw anybody that was on crutches and permanently disabled because of polio. They don't
Wow.
know what that's like. They've never seen anybody with the craters in their face from smallpox, right? It's one thing to read about these things, but when you actually know people, see people who've
Right.
been disabled by these things, that's different.
Wow.
So basically they're a bunch of entitled assholes running around here
And
talking.
all they care about is getting money. Yeah, that's all they care about. Just get money.
Wow. Wow. And now, well, okay.
And
I guess I shouldn't be surprised.
what drives me crazy? The even blacks who are affected by it still want to be conservative. The fact that if you're in a service industry, regardless of what it is, and you have your
Mm-hmm.
own business, whatever you do as a black person is automatically devalued. Automatically. I don't care how good it is. When you put it up, when you look at a white T man who runs a business, and you as a black man or black woman, and look at your compensation, it's always going to be lower.
Yeah,
Doesn't matter how good you are.
that's true.
Or how many degrees you have.
Yep.
Wow.
Hmm.
Now the internet may give you some advantage, like by not putting your race on. I'm thinking, you know what? Now, what do y'all think of this? It pisses me off so much. I know I'm a quarter white, right? I know it, right? Because I have
Okay.
two great grandparents. So someone told me they started putting white on their goddamn um um
Rich, my
resume
dad has a sister who's been doing it since she was born in the 30s.
yeah.
So go right ahead, okay?
Yeah, it just makes I want to do it so I almost want to do it just to look at their fucking face when they look at me and say, "Oh,
My
wait."
Aunt Mary has been doing it, and she's 87. She's been doing it for years. So go right ahead.
I and when someone told me they did that, I said, "Oh no, you do this." She goes, "You damn right I do. Fuck them."
She
Wow.
does.
She goes, "I have white in me," and the girl is right. She does. She's like my complexion.
Hell, if these pretendians can reach back 8 generations to one grandmother and become a Cherokee, certainly you can reach back too.
I can
That's
I can
true.
show I can show that I'm 22% white, Scottish, Irish white. I can show it.
I say go for it. I got a picture of me sitting on my great granddaddy's lap when I was 18 months old, and he was white as snow. So I think you should. I don't care. At this point, at least I have actual proof. You know, they're just going off some shit they think they found on Ancestry.com. I got pictures.
Me too. It's just
Go
Mhm.
it's gonna be I
ahead.
think or just not put like you go to these places like guru.com and all these places like that. You don't have to put your race down. You don't put your
Mm-mm.
race down.
Refuse.
That's
Yeah.
right. And you get on that phone and you're talking to people on the phone and all that. They don't know.
That's true. That's true. Hmm.
I say go for it, Rich, because what difference? Well, as of yesterday, we don't. We're all American.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
okay. Okay,
I can't
really.
wait to see the census. Okay.
I
Okay.
can't wait either.
I can't.
And
You know what? I can't wait. I can't wait for those Hispanic men and those Caribbean men who voted for Trump when he starts shipping their ass out. I can't wait for that.
Exactly.
I can't wait. And people say, "Well, you're not going to feel bad for them." I said, "Fuck no! I'm going to celebrate." Now I feel bad for their
no,
children and their
because they
wife.
thought they were doing something. They thought that was going to give them a chance
Man,
at better jobs or so. I don't know what the hell they thought and why and how they thought that, but they did.
It's crazy. Hi,
It's
Polly. Hi,
very
Rich.
crazy. I don't know
Hey, you.
how they thought they were going to benefit from that. You never benefit from anything that you do out of spite, right?
Um, this guy. I don't know.
And then Polly. Okay, so yesterday he said that he was going to give all of those anti-vaxxers, right, who were discharged from the military. He's
Mm-hmm.
going to allow them to return, right, with no vaccine.
Oh,
And so
actually, he's saying that shit until, you know what? He's going to say that shit until the military generals sit their ass down and say, you know what? This is going to be a problem with our security.
mm-hmm.
Because they will sit his ass down and tell him that.
well, okay, so this is what I'm thinking, right? Because the next breath was that we're going back to Panama and we're going to take that canal back. Is he bringing all those people back in the army so that he can deploy them down there in Panama?
No.
First of all, he ain't going to deploy. He's talking shit. He ain't going down. He's not going. He's not going to Panama to start no fucking war. That man ain't going to do it.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
He can talk all the shit he wants, but he ain't going to do it.
Well, my thing is, let's just say he brings all these people back on active duty that have not been immunized. There's a problem with that. Watch people get sick.
That's my point.
Mm.
And they
When
had
those
a
generals sit
choice,
his ass down and say, "Do you know what this is going to do?"
right? And they had a choice. All they had to do was take an immunization. We are pin cushions when we joined the armed forces. So I don't understand. They took all the shots except that one. That's stupid. I
Well,
don't know.
and where's he going to get all that back pay from? He said with back pay.
He's talking shit.
He's
It ain't
talking
gonna
shit.
happen.
And I'm
Yeah,
like,
If there's one thing Donald
You
Trump can
can't
do,
do
he can
all
talk
of this
shit.
stuff.
That's the
Right.
one thing he does is talk shit.
I'm like, dude, you can't do all of this stuff, and I can't wait until the smoke clears, and they pull your coattail next week and say, all right, all the pomp and circumstance, all this is over. Now let's get down to business. This is what you can do, and this is what you're definitely not going to be able to
I
do.
want to know who's going to approve that budget. That's what I want to know.
What did
I
he?
want to
I
know
don't know.
who's going to.
What did he?
Nobody's
I'm
gonna.
not watching. Honestly, I'm not watching anything this fucking guy says at this point.
Me
What is
either.
he talking?
He's an idiot.
What is he talking about? Well, on the budget now.
No, well, if he wants to bring back all those people with back pay, then the thing is that's going to have to be part of the armed forces budget.
No,
And
he.
I want to know where that
He will
money's
steal.
coming from.
He will steal it from other areas. No, he's a low life. He'll do that.
He better not take it from the veterans budget.
He will take it from. I'm talking about. He will take it from any place in the federal federal the federal government he decides to take it from.
Well,
Because
let
that's the
them
type of asshole
let
he is.
them be their own unit. Let them be their own unit and deploy them somewhere else.
He won't do it. He don't give a shit because he's saying this stuff. You got to realize this guy don't give a shit about any of the stuff he's talking about.
No,
He
it's
doesn't
true.
give
He
a
doesn't.
shit about the military. He don't give a shit about the server. Donald Trump is a narcissistic psychopath.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
So
Self-serving. He's self-serving.
yep, he don't give a
Yeah.
shit about nobody,
No, and you know what? I'm really mad with
including his
Biden
own children.
because he felt the need to preemptively pardon himself and his whole family, but he didn't do anything for Kamala. He didn't pardon her. So was she gonna
Really?
fall
Who
guy?
did?
Yeah.
Who?
I thought he did.
No,
I think
he
Joe
put it on
Joe
the
Biden. I
garage
think he
door.
pardoned. I think Joe Biden pardoned everybody, but damn near in his cabinet yesterday.
So he did pardon her because
I don't know. I'm gonna go look it up.
about
I think. First of all, no one's threatening Kamala. They
Oh,
didn't
well.
they didn't threaten her because she didn't do nothing. As far as they're concerned, she's just a black piece of meat that they want to get in the bed with, all of them.
Yeah, he said that.
I'm sorry, peeps. Hi, Rich.
Hey,
I'm
how you doing?
sorry. I've just been listening because, as you know, I'm in England, born in England. So it's all different over here. Well, we hear a little bit of this and that, but what you're talking about, I haven't heard none of that. So I'm just here quiet listening. So
It's
don't think
okay
I'm
because you got your
England.
own crazies over there.
Sorry, yeah, we've got our own crazies.
This,
Not as
this
bad as Trump, but yeah, we've got our own crazies.
yeah, this movement to the right is worldwide. Unfortunately,
Yeah. Anything that America does, we feel it over here.
yeah, it's funny when in my week there, I was in England for a week in October
Okay.
in London, and just talking and listening, I can hear the right move over there. But then there was a lot of people who were really hoping that Kamala would win.
Yeah.
I think it's been deflating for everyone.
It has been. I
It's been
agree.
a shock. It's been a shock over here that Trump got back into power. We couldn't believe it. Like, what?
You know, he's talking about
Again?
trying to pull out of NATO.
And the World Health Organization.
Oh yeah, he's already said it.
Yeah. What
said
is
he's
that
not-
about? It's like he doesn't like anything that has anything to do with community health.
No, that's not him. That's all. That's Robert F. Kennedy. That piece is Kennedy. Who? Because Kennedy hates the World Health Organization.
Is he building up the wall again?
Oh yeah, he's gonna put money. He said he's gonna
Yes.
build the wall. Yeah, he's gonna
He
do
Okay.
made a promise directly to the governor of Texas that the building is going to start before the weekend.
Oh, I see.
He signed all those executive orders yesterday. He was doing business he was doing business before he ever got in office, right? Because he did that trick with TikTok.
Okay, so what he did was
On
he
because
parted. He.
you can't buy any coins, right? You
I don't think so.
can't, no, you can't buy any coins or any
Okay, Cap. He pardoned 5 members of his family. Just 5.
family, but not Kamala, right? He never
Well,
extended a
no,
pardon to her.
no, but he didn't need to. It wasn't the people he did his son, right? He
Mhm.
did his daughter, and let's see, and his brothers. That's who he did. No, he did his 2 brothers, his sister, and of course the son. That's who he did.
And then himself.
He pardoned Fauci. He pardoned Fauci because
Yeah,
because they were going he
they were
was
gonna kill him. They were gonna, yeah, rake him over the coals.
And then Trump came and pardoned and would he
Mm-hmm.
overturned the sentences for everyone, regardless of what their crime was.
Right.
Was it 1,500 people?
Yeah, 1,500. Yeah.
He didn't pardon them. He gave them clemency, which is basically saying that whatever your time served.
Oh, I thought he pardoned them.
No
I
clemency.
thought he overturned their sentences.
No clemency.
He gave
Oh,
well anyway, they're
okay.
out of jail today, regardless of what they did, right?
Yeah. Well, but I thought when you got no, he got clemency, not commuted the sentence, right? He did clemency. What did he do? Because the words are being 2 different things, right?
Yes, I'm not sure. What I heard
Hold on.
was
Pardon means that it's
pardon.
it's stricken from your record. Clemency.
Right.
Let me see the difference. Let me look that up. Difference: clemency versus pardon.
No, clemency versus commuting their sentence. That's what I'm wondering.
Wow. Trump is really playing with
Board,
you.
wait, hold on a minute. Board, request. I just saw it pop up.
It says clemency.
Hey y'all.
Hi, board. What's up?
It says to reduce the punishment. Pardon is basically
Okay.
wipe it out.
Okay.
Pardon is to literally just wipe it out as if it never happened.
Okay,
I
well,
know that.
everybody's got different wordings here. No, it says, okay, look, I'm looking at the AP News. I'm looking at Forbes. I'm looking at the Washington Post, the New York Times, and NBC. It all says pardon for them.
Really?
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. I'm staring at it.
Oh, okay. So this is as if it never. You know why? Because if you give them clemency, they still have the conviction.
Conviction.
Mm-hmm.
He got rid of. You're right. He's got to give a pardon to wipe up.
He wiped it out as if it never happened.
Mm.
That's what a pardon does. Hey, board, how you doing?
Hey, board.
I'm good, y'all.
You're back from the rapture too.
As always. Yep.
Yeah, it's
Back from the dead. I'm telling.
Yep. Yeah, it's yeah, because we were all raptured on the 19th. That didn't you guys realize that's what happened? It was the rapture.
Yeah,
You know what?
it was.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
the rapture.
I thought I was late to something. Jeez.
I thought you were all gone.
You know,
But it seems as though this is a temporary thing. Like if you don't have, if you didn't already have it logged in on your device, you can't from the Play Store or the App Store. and we can't re-up on coins. So
Oh,
Can't
that's right. You can't.
recharge. But you
no,
can't you can recharge, but you can't purchase, I guess, coins, right?
no.
All
If you have coins, you can give them out. Like somebody had given me a couple of coins, and I in turn gave them to Uche because I knew that she would be able to, cash them out.
Right.
Mm.
Then I tried.
I
Then
think.
last
Wait,
night
I
I tried
isn't
to re
Uche
up on coins.
isn't Uche in Nigeria?
Yeah,
Yeah.
which is in
I don't
Nigeria.
think they can cash him out there, can they?
I am not sure.
I don't
I
think so.
don't
I
think
thought I heard
so.
someone say that they could not cash the coins out in Nigeria.
So what do they do with the coins? They just re-gift them?
Probably
Yeah, because
reject
I don't
them.
think I don't think they
Mhm.
can.
In the
Um,
certain Caribbean countries, you can
I have a question
um,
specifically for Polly.
change your coins
Um,
to PayPal.
Polly, are you coming back to TikTok or are you staying off?
I my oh shit. Um, I'm pretty sure I'm staying off of TikTok. Um, I might have the account here as I slowly but surely
Okay.
disappear, you know, but that's the plan. What are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing? Bored?
Um, I feel
Very cool.
conflicted. So, I
Yeah.
just to announce to everybody, and sorry to take the spotlight off of anybody else, but I launched a podcast, um, and it's out on Spotify and on Apple Podcasts right now. It's called Leaving the Fold, and that's what I plan on
Let me see.
doing as far as all other platforms. But for TikTok, um, I don't know. I feel conflicted because obviously on the way that this app is going, I don't really want to participate. But at the same time, I feel like the the mission that I came to TikTok for has not changed, right? Which is to talk to Christians about how harmful Christianity is, help people deconstruct, to be a safe place for that. So that mission hasn't changed. They can censor my language, they can censor my page, they could even block my page, but I can always make another one until they take me off the app altogether, you know? Um, so to me, the mission hasn't changed. Will I be spending money on this app? No.
No.
Will I,
No.
you know, uh, yeah. I mean, I won't be spending money on this app. I won't be contributing any money to this thing. I won't be subscribing to anybody. Um,
Mm-mm. Yeah.
but
What's the name of your
if it, even if
podcast again?
they have changed, I haven't. What was
Yeah.
that, Rich?
It
What's
it's
the name
called
of the
leaving
podcast?
the fold.
Leaving
Sorry.
or leading?
Leaving.
Leaving,
Leaving.
leaving.
Leaving
Yeah.
the fold. Yeah. Yeah,
Hmm. Hmm.
that's where I am. I'm not buying anything. I'm not putting any effort into it. I've been slowly but surely deleting my videos. The
Yeah.
account may stay for a little bit, but it's yeah, this isn't a space for me anymore. It just isn't. So,
Yeah. I think the ability to like still reach new people, like unless the algorithm drastically changes, right? Where like now the only people who are able to see me are my friends
hmm
and vice versa, then we're still reaching new people, and I still see this as a tool to reach my goal. Um Now, is this also a tool used by, like, for lack of a better word, the enemy? Yes,
right.
100%. And they
hmm
have power and control over this tool. But how I how I choose to use it is still can play a part in my mission of talking about how harmful Christianity is and talking to Christians and, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Um I know Quan and Fun and everybody else feels differently, but I don't. I don't know. I don't know. I don't see a reason to leave yet.
Yeah,
I
well, I'm still reading. I still have to finish a book, and I'll make a. Yeah, I think I've got five
Hmm.
or six chapters left, and that's when I'll make a firm decision. But I'm pretty sure that my presence here is going to be greatly reduced. That's the way
Yeah.
I'll say it. Yeah.
Where are you going? You going to fan base?
Yeah, for the reading portion, yeah, I think it'll be nice to be able not to have to, make up words uh, when I read a book. But on that app, and I have a YouTube. I haven't done anything with it yet, but I have a YouTube and I have a Clapper. So if I do wind up doing some minimal something on this app, then I would be reading biographies that have no bad
Yeah,
words. Yeah.
just not
I
to be censored. Hmm.
Right.
Okay.
I'd be reading really, you know, safe biographies. That's what I'd be reading here.
4:30 p.m.
I
So
don't
I'll
care.
see how it goes. I don't know though. I'm seeing a little too much meta influence, and that's what's pulling me away. I don't like meta at all.
Board.
Sorry,
Real,
my internet is terrible.
I can see board. Real quick. What name besides leaving the fold? I'm getting so many hits on that. What else should I look for in looking up your podcast?
That should be it. It'll have a picture of a sheep, just like my profile picture here, and it'll be like a bluish green background. It just published today on Apple Podcasts, but it was on Spotify last night.
Mm,
I don't know. I see this as part of like every other social media platform, just to get the word out.
Oh, I see it.
Um,
Oh, sorry.
no,
It's
yeah,
green. It's okay on Apple. It is the little sheep, but the background is green. It's like a hunter green, and it says "Leaving the fold, where doubt meets discovery."
yep.
Yeah, no, I see it.
Or doubt me. Yep.
Uh-huh. So let me subscribe, and I'll listen to it today.
Thanks, Polly.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, no, I love podcasts. Are you kidding? Yeah,
Well,
I
it's
only
just a little 11 minutes of me just yapping by myself, but
that's okay.
the next episode I'll have a guest, so it'll be fun.
That's You're fine.
right.
It's fine.
I,
Yeah, I'll listen
I
to it today,
subscribe to.
and I'll make sure I leave a review as well.
Thanks, Polly.
Oh, of
Thanks,
course.
Paul. Yeah,
I
I just yeah, like I said, I think TikTok is just a tool for me,
Mm-hmm.
um, to get to where I want to go, to meet people that are similar to me, to continue to, I don't know. I mean, I haven't gone live since we've come back, right? So, but pretty consistently, once or twice a week, I'd have DMs of people who were in the comments who
Uh-huh.
were Christians, who would go, "Hey, I never really thought about it like that. Can you give me some more information?"
Yeah.
Stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
Who are questioning their faith, and I I want to be there for those types of people. Um, and I know that there's so many more of them that are out there.
Well,
So
what do you think?
yeah,
Maybe a certain day, like if you pick a certain day and time, or do you just want to do it every day? Or here, I
yeah,
mean.
I think yeah. Here, I know that I was ramping it up because TikTok was going away,
Mm-hmm.
but I think yeah, I'll do it twice a week,
Okay.
and
Okay. Well, let me
and I'll
know.
see how it goes. Yeah,
Yeah, let me know, and then I'll keep the account, and I'll be here at least twice a week.
cool. Yeah.
Um, when you're here.
I'm trying to get Fun and Quan to come back on because they were obviously huge
And
parts, but I don't think they're coming back.
you're
Well, I
gonna
don't think they're
do
coming
it
back, but
on
they might come back for that.
You're gonna
I
do it
might.
on here instead of doing it on fan base.
I can try to do it on fan base. I think there's not as much engagement over there,
There's
and
not.
maybe there's not there's
Yeah.
not as much engagement yet. But
Hmm.
I can't put up a background like I can here. There's no
Right.
like
Mm,
swipeable algorithm that people are swiping by and hear
yeah.
us yapping. Like it's different.
Did
I really
did
don't
you?
like
I
Bigo.
find you don't like Bigo, huh? Yeah, man, Bigo, Bigo,
Yeah, I don't like Vigo.
great.
Have you looked at
Big back. Mm.
their 2025 plan though, board? It's
No, I've thought
okay.
about investing in it though because I think
Well,
that it will progress. I'm just
Yeah,
I've
so
also heard some
I
things that
heard
like
that the
the
band
CEO is has been trying to get money for a while, and I don't know. I don't know.
yeah,
5 years.
he needs a venture capitalist to invest is what he needs, but
Yeah.
that's above my head. But what I was going to say was if you can actually do a search for their 2025 plan of action. They
Mm-hmm.
had a meeting in December of 2024 and they put forth the plan for 2025. And
Mm,
that it's free to look at, and
yeah.
you might find it interesting. Um,
Well,
I know.
he
Go
posted
ahead.
a thing. They're gonna do the IPO in like March 1st or something.
Mm,
Look,
yeah,
I know all this app stuff doesn't happen overnight. I know that it
right,
takes time,
right.
but
Right,
I
but
have
he's
I have an
gonna do it
audience
for like
here
five
now, and I
years.
want to be able to capitalize on that.
Yeah, no, I
I,
hear you. That makes sense.
yeah,
Yeah.
I just subscribe to it too.
Thanks, Rich.
I
Yeah.
will listen.
I only have 111 podcasts on my podcast app. Literally, I'm not lying to you when I say that.
Jeez Louise.
What I do is I move them up to the top based on what I'm listening to at the time, but
Mm-hmm.
I never retire. I never unsubscribe because sometimes like this content I want to like what is it on what unbothered, one of my favorite
Mm-hmm.
podcasts, and I always say I think every every black person, especially every black woman, should listen to the series of podcasts.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, Therese,
Yeah.
it happens to be one of her best friends who did the podcast. We were talking one day, and I told her, Kajani, what's her name? And I told Therese, and she goes, "Oh, that's one of my best friends." And she sent her a text and told her that I listened to her podcast.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, I think it's called. I'll tell you. I think it talks about things like women who decide not to have children, women who decide not to get married, women who are in polyamorous relationships, women who are trans, women who are atheists, name anything. Basically, the premise of her podcast is to look at black women all over the world who are bucking the norms in their
Mm-hmm.
black communities. And some of the stuff I find absolutely inspirational. And
Yeah.
it's called
That's amazing.
what
I wish you all the luck in the world, board.
Oh,
Unchained and
thank you.
Unbothered. That's the name of it. Unchained Unbothered is the podcast. And I always tell especially black women, but I think black young men, especially young men, need to listen to it to get an understanding of women.
Mm. Yeah, I'll have to check it out.
It's really a good podcast. She hasn't done anything in 2 years, but it still doesn't matter.
I always listen to podcasts like what was the last one that I listened to? Maybe you guys know it. It's called You're Wrong About. And it's just two people talking about things that like uh pop culture has kind of gotten incorrect. So things like the year when the year 2000 when everybody thought that the internet was going to shut down and like all the electronics were going to go out, and they were all scared about all these things. So it like does a deep dive into that and like
Oh,
what
cool.
happened across the world, and many other things. Like you're wrong about the Salem witch trials and like what actually went on there. So yeah, it was really cool. Gaslight, are you going anywhere? Are you leaving TikTok?
No,
Just like
I'm,
was
I'm not. What about you?
No, I don't think I'm gonna go anywhere. Not anytime soon, at least.
I just put down at the bottom the name of the person in the podcast. Katora Kendrick is her name. And there goes the podcast name.
Awesome.
What's the problem with TikTok? Any issues?
Well,
Same things aren't working right now. Some things aren't working.
I think Quan and Fun and Tay and Sandra and all them. They're not coming back to TikTok
Okay.
because it was sold and they're thanking Trump for it and all this stuff.
Was it sold? It hasn't been sold yet, has it?
Oh, it hasn't been sold. No.
I didn't think
I
so.
think there's rumors that it's been sold.
Sell half of it. It's going to be half and half.
What they're talking about is selling the U.S. division, separating the U.S. division. But they've been saying that for 3 years now.
If Trump can get one nickel from a coin that I expend on here, I'm definitely getting out.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm not spending any more money, but
Right.
me just being on here and seeing an ad, I don't know how that's any different from any other app or
Right.
anywhere else I go in the world. That's just me personally.
Yeah, I'm not. I got a few more coins left. I'm not gonna replenish ever, and whatever coins I get from people, I just put them back out there.
Yeah. Yep.
Hi, Gaslight.
Hey, how are you?
Not too bad.
Gaslight, I gave you my last 3 coins last night, Gaslight. Well, I'm not going to re-up, so I just gave them to you since you were on that panel. Because I don't think anybody else is coming over here getting on panels. But don't you guys think that if this ban had lasted longer, that more people would have gone over to fan base and gotten established?
Yeah. Why do you think they turned it back on?
Yeah.
I mean,
I think
there's
so.
a lot of conspiracy theories out there, right? That like maybe Meta already bought TikTok, and the shutting it down was just like an exchange of the servers. But who freaking knows? Nobody knows.
The problem with when you deal with a Chinese company, you're not dealing with a company. That Chinese government is going to put any restrictions they decide to put on this, and that's so buying a company from China is not going to be easy because they're going
100%.
the Chinese government's going to tell them first you got to leave all the technology, all the algorithms. We need access to all that stuff. That's the way the Chinese government works.
100%. Think like I don't know. I'll Holly earlier gaslight that like I use TikTok as a tool to talk to Christians, to help me deconstruct further, to find community with other people who are deconstructing. And so my goal hasn't changed. Even if TikTok sells, even if TikTok sucks Donald Trump's dick, like the mission hasn't changed for me. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
TikTok might be a cup, but so is the Holy Spirit. That's all.
Could you use
What I can
a better
say is-
analogy that's not so cringy than the Donald Trump thing?
Yeah.
Even though they kissed the ring, there you go.
The people
It's not so big, so
the people who've joined us from over there on fan base, who've joined into book club and stuff, they've been pretty good people, even though some of them were kind of maybe flat earthers or leaning towards that direction. leaning towards pretendianism, they were still fairly intelligent, and not as aggressive as people are here on TikTok. So
I agree.
it's been a better experience over there.
The cap. I went to several Christians' lives, pretendian lives, or conversations over there on Fanbase. I don't know what you would call it. And they just didn't engage, right? They wouldn't bring me up. They wouldn't let me talk. I even used a burner Fanbase account. Didn't bring me up. Didn't let me talk. Nothing. So it's just not going to be a space for that, right? And I'm not just going to sit in the audience and hear the bullshit that they spew. So I'll go over there for book club and talk friends. But I think that's it.
It's funny. Speaking of that, I was on a live last night, and this guy, some young Christian, not Adrian with his crazy ass. This other dude, I didn't even follow him, but his argument was that atheists, because our morality is subjective, we don't know if what's good or bad. It one, that old ass argument. And the thing that he did was he organized the fuck out of his argument. I have to give it to this guy. He organized it. So I had to sit back and I had to really listen to him. He wasn't easy to just to bowl over like so many others. And I said, and he was a young kid. And I said, this young kid did his work. But I saw the holes in it and I started poking holes into it. But it was more work than I usually had to do.
Interesting, yeah. Yeah. I've been never mind. I don't want to talk about moral objectivity because then I'll never stop talking, but just simply put, I think our objective moral standard is empathy. And that's it.
Right. And what I figured out that what a lot of Christians try to use the word morality, but they really mean sovereignty, because God has no morality. I'm getting I'm getting an echo.
Rich, you gotta mute yourself. There you go, Gaslight. Yeah, you good.
Yeah, I just see that at some point in the discussion, they're going to start talking about God's sovereignty, meaning that, if he's the creator of everything, his standard is the moral standard. And I actually ran into that earlier today. We asked what is God's morality? Oh, he created everything. He put everything in place. He set the rules. So that makes him sovereign. No, it doesn't make you sovereign. It just makes you in charge. And you don't have to be more moral to be in charge. I would say you're probably going to be more immoral if you have the sense of authority and power. You're going to be more inclined to be immoral because you don't have anything to put you in check.
That leader's morality is subjective. It's subjective to that leader. It's not objective just because you say it is. Like it exists in that mind. It exists with that deity, with God. So it is subjective.
Oh, that's the argument I made to him. And he says, well, at our level, it's objective. I said, no, it is not. It is not objective just because you say it's at our level. Where the level of morality is, if it's subjective or not, is the level where the decision is made. That is what is either subjective or objective.
And I think knowledge-wise, right? Like morality, especially objective morality, means that it doesn't matter what race or religion you are. As soon as you come out of the womb, you are learning about this moral code. Even if no other human being was around you, you would still take part in this moral code. And what's the first commandment, right? Which is like, thou shalt have no other gods but me. How would somebody living on a deserted island be cognizant of that moral standard, right? That means that it's subjective because another mind has to put that moral standard there.
Oh,
Like it's
he bored. His argument too was that God did not have a mind because he's God. And I said, so what are you saying, that God does not think?
He doesn't have thoughts or
He
desires.
doesn't.
Okay.
Well, he doesn't, not like we do. I said, I didn't ask you like we do.
Well, the Bible disproved that because it says his thoughts are higher than ours. That means he does have some type of thinking mechanism, if you don't want to call it a brain.
But Rich, you see right through that too, right? Where like they say those things because they're running, right? They're just they want to say something that makes you go away from the moral conversation, and instead the question that you inevitably will ask is, prove to me that you can have a thought without a brain. Like,
yeah,
right? And now we're on the total.
I said to him, I said, I don't care what you call it. If you don't want to call it a mind or anything, it's something that produces thought. I says, God makes decisions, doesn't he? He makes decisions all the time. He tells you the decisions he makes. So therefore, he thinks.
It's all over the place. Let this mind be within you that's also in Christ Jesus. He's saying he has a mind.
I can't wait.
Really, people.
I'm gonna look. I'm gonna see if I can find this guy again. And I meant to send some invitations out to the live, but I just didn't.
You know that reading comprehension is not as comprehensive as we would like to make it be. Okay? Mm-hmm. It is hard for these folks to read and comprehend what they're reading. Even in, like, I hate talking about slavery because there's more verses than just the verses in Leviticus, than just the verses in Exodus. And so if we want to talk about context, let's talk about context in the whole damn book. And these Christians, well, why are you bringing up the New Testament? Why are you bringing up the Old Testament? Why are you? Because it's all within context. It's all in the book. From Genesis to Revelation. We talking about slavery here. That's what it's all throughout the scriptures. And they can't comprehend it. They can't wrap their mind around it.
Average B, I just want to let you know, my finger is on the block button when you come up.
If you don't play
you come up with the N-word like crazy, you just blocked immediately. You may get three N-words out, but you're gonna get blocked.
He's 3 followers. Wow. So,
what's your call, Phil?
Yeah, I know you're a quick on draw, gas. Like, yeah. So bring one of the others can bring him up, and you got your finger on the block.
Bring him up.
I can bring him up. I can bring him up. But yeah, so he has his finger on the block.
Hello.
Hello. Yes, VGD. How old are you? Are you Christian, Muslim, religious, or not?
Yeah, Christian.
Okay. What age?
17.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, so you know what to do. Bye. No, I know you're not supposed to. In here it's 21 plus, but not even 18. You're not 18. Oops. Bye.
As African atheist says, rotten mangoes. She everybody duck.
Oh my goodness. Many Christians talking about God have thought, right? They don't realize that thinking thoughts is actually something in time. Any action, any thought is a time action. Any creation is a time action. So when they come and claim their God is outside space and time, wrong. Because if you converse with angels, that's a time action. It's just a stupid statement. Can't be outside of space and time. Outside of time, especially. It just don't work.
You are 100% right.
Yeah, I tell them
Any act
it's
of
a
creation.
yeah, any act of creation.
It's time.
It's time. So don't come and tell me if God had a thought, it's time. He's a thinking creature, it's time.
Their brains make up stuff.
Yeah, their brains make up
to try
shit.
to make it make sense,
make it
right?
sense, and it doesn't.
Because I had somebody tell me an analogy like time is like a flowing, like water flowing from a faucet, and God is outside of the water until he interacts with it, but then he can go back out again. And I'm like,
no.
You really think that makes sense? I feel like you don't know what time means.
Correct.
And
if he made a choice to interact with it, that is time. And he's done it be outside of the water. So it's still time. Anything is still time. Saying that something exists outside of space and time and then still existing, he's supposedly everywhere existing in space and time, is a contradiction. Violates the laws of contradiction on contradiction.
Well, I mean, how do you prove that something exists outside of time?
Time. Yeah.
How does that make sense? I think many of these Christians don't have fully fleshed out ideas, and
no,
I think
they
that's
don't.
The problem.
They just hear the pastor or the preacher say something or something who they think is more spiritual, someone who they think is more spiritual, quote unquote, than them, and it sounds good. I used to call it super spiritual, and they adopt it. Even I started thinking about stuff after a certain episode I had when I was in college, and I started thinking through all these things where you hear fundamentalists say, I plead the blood of Jesus. What? There's nothing even in scriptures that talk about pleading the blood of Jesus. And on top of that, then you in the Caribbean, you hear them say, Lord, protect me in the paling of your grace. What? Paling what? That just doesn't add up. And then you will hear, it is not, I praising God for what not, I'm praising God for not what he has done, but for who he is. Who he is according to the Old Testament, the names given to God is based on the actions that supposedly God did. God my provider. God the healer. It is action based. So how can you say you're not praising the God for what he has done, but for who he is? Don't they understand how it works?
I never heard anybody talk about pleading the blood of Jesus. Just like people
Barbados do that.
Day back when I was growing up. That's new. All that's new.
No, that ain't new. That was from every census in the Caribbean. In Caribbean, that's what they say. They plead the blood of Jesus. And that is a long time. I grew up hearing it.
That when I was a kid.
Yeah.
That's something that I've heard in latter years.
But it's done in Caribbean. I think in Caribbean it always has been they plead the blood of Jesus. Yeah.
That's weird. And
that was in the 80s, like the 70s and 80s. Yeah, 70s.
Polly, you know enough. You definitely know enough about the Bible, Polly. You be listening to me yap about it all the time.
Yeah.
And this happened.
I gotta get back to work, y'all. I'll see y'all later.
Okay, all right, Board.
Hey,
hold easy, Board.
I got a question for you,
I'm
Board.
gonna stay out of the ghetto tonight, Board. I'm not gonna go.
Bye, Board.
Board always says I'd be in the ghetto.
Yeah, gaslight that. Right.
You do be in the ghetto. You be in the ghetto with Gaslight. This is what I need to do. I need to stop being so scared, and I need to go to the ghetto every once in a while. But
All you gotta do is speak in tongues.
No, don't do
I be
it.
scared.
Board, all you have to do is speak in tongues, board. That's all.
What'd you say, board? I mean, not board. That's me.
Are you
What you say, guys?
talking to yourself?
What?
Are you still doing subscriptions?
Or are you able to?
I don't know. I think I should make them astronomical. I think I should make them like $15. You know.
I saw something $5.99.
I'm gonna have to bow out if you make it 15.
I think I still have it right now. I don't know. I have to think about it. I have to think about
You
how
can
much.
you can do a
TikTok's
tier
cutting
level.
off.
If you're not already subscribed, you can't subscribe to her. It won't allow you to do a new one.
Oh wow!
I'm already subscribed.
All right, y'all.
Wow!
I'll see y'all later.
All right.
Bye, boy.
Bye, board.
Hey, Polly? How Polly left too? I wanted to talk to Polly. I'm just missing everybody.
Yeah, you know.
Simplify, Polly.
I know some people.
They're gonna call you back in the service so you can get deployed down to Panama gas. Right? You gotta go back in.
I wouldn't mind going to Panama right now.
No,
I would not mind.
Back deployed to Panama, not go down there to vacation.
I will definitely get my vacation time in.
Whoa. Yeah. So why did they want to go down send people down Panama?
Yeah. I was talking to this Christian that was pleading that Jesus did come for him.
Oh shoot.
And he was using John 3:16. And I said the book of John states that. So if you were I guess faced with who you're going to trust, would you trust the words of Jesus, or would you trust the words in the book of Paul? I mean of John.
Yeah.
And even the words of Paul. He's like, which one would you choose?
Yeah.
And it's just amazing how they slap Jesus in the face. All these Christians just slap Jesus in the face with Ebola, you know?
Yeah.
And he said the Holy Spirit. I'm like, what? Isn't Jesus the Holy Spirit?
Yeah.
Well, the Holy Spirit told John and Paul to change it to the whole world, and Jesus said he only came for the children of Israel.
Yeah.
So he's telling me that the Holy Spirit told Paul and John to change it to the whole world. Wow. And create this Gentile, tag along group to put with them. And they just smacked Jesus. Jesus was very 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 clear when he said, "I did not come for you."
Yeah.
The woman,
Phoenician woman.
The woman, she actually worshipped him, and he didn't even acknowledge her worship. He just said, I'm not here for you.
Yeah.
And she said, okay, give a dog a bone. And he said, okay, since you know you're a dog, here's the bone, get out my face.
My gosh.
But they keep trying to crash Jesus' party.
Yeah.
And he's not having it.
Yep. And the thing is that even then Jesus said that he came not to destroy laws, abortion, laws and prophets, but to fulfill.
Yeah.
You know, the president said, "Oh, he fulfilled the law, so he don't have to follow the law." That's abolishing. But the word does not fulfill, does not mean to abolish. It is an idiomatic term meaning to do the law, the complete law, and not partially, not cherry pick, basically. That's what it means. You don't cherry pick. Because the Pharisees were cherry picking.
Jesus is up on the cross, and all of these Christians are just boulder slapping him, and they think they're getting away with trying to crash his party when they think they're inside, but they not.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You say he came for the lost sheep of Israel.
You know, just for an example, once someone passes away, people can come in and start distorting their true words. Just like what happened to Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Once he passed away and he wasn't here to stand up for his own word, you saw the Republicans and all these people, they start distorting his word and saying that he said certain things when he really didn't say those things at all.
Yeah.
And distorting his purpose. And they did the same thing with Jesus. They did the exact same thing. They distorted everything that he stood for.
Because that's what you do. But they will trust Paul. But even Paul tells them that they're second pick. Not even first pick. Why? It's to make the Jewish people jealous. Because according to Paul, they rejected Jesus. According to Paul. Going down.
Y'all, my cousin Rich, you'll think this is funny. She's your age. She said that she opened TikTok and it immediately brought her to Phil's Live, and she heard me talking and closed the whole app because she got scared.
She got scared?
I'm like, you got scared. She was like,
what?
I heard your voice, but I didn't see you, and you were talking, and I'm like, what is going on? And she closed the whole app. I said, come back.
Oh goodness. Wow.
I was just on Fluff's page, and they had put me down, and I was still up on the page, and I wasn't in any of the boxes. Everybody.
Oh yeah, you got transported to the Holy Mandingo Ramp. Yeah, that used to happen in my early days.
Yeah, I felt like God. I felt like God.
Yeah. When they had it was alive, they had mod powers in, and the people saying, "Oh, their God is so powerful." They say, "All right, can your God do this?" They say, "Baby, this person." I say, "I'm in the Holy Mandingo Ram, but can your God do this?" Mute. And then he said, "Can your God do this?" Drop. They say, "No, you can't come back up. I will bring you back up." Can your God do that? Let him do that. No power.
I'll be right back, Phil.
Yep. I tell you, boy. The flame was stuck mighty. Stop that blasphemy. Okay. I love to blaspheme. Just it's such a stupid, silly thing to shut down people from questioning.
Right. Rich, did you do a fan base account?
Rich?
Rich is at work.
I've never used it at all.
Well, that's where we have book club now on fan base.
I don't even know what. I honestly don't even know what fan base is.
Kind of Clubhouse.
See, I never had Clubhouse. I never had Clubhouse.
Yep, Clubhouse is like that, but fan base. The only problem with fan base is if you're showing video or doing a video live, only you can talk. Nobody else can come up, which is I know they're trying to or just scourge it out, but otherwise
Now,
you can do a
Clubhouse-
number of audio.
So, but Clubhouse doesn't have video, right? It only
No,
has
I don't
audio?
think there is only audio in Clubhouse.
I gotta go follow Board's podcast, but I don't think anybody. I think this is gonna go down. Plus, who's to say that it's gonna stay up anyway? Because they gotta come to a deal within however many days there are
90
left.
days.
Yeah, they have to come to a deal. Rich, it's snowing here again. I'm gonna be stuck in the house again.
Well, Atlanta is snoring. Woo!
Yeah,
and
it's
snows.
snowing
It's like
here
having a
again.
little storm.
It's so cold. Did you hear when I was telling Dottie?
Yeah.
It's so cold. The temperature's actually dropped again. It's like 26.
What?
So 26 is for you. That's -3.
Yeah.
-3.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very cold here.
Yeah. No, I mean,
I'm
does it
over
drop
it.
that low? I don't think it drops that low.
Hey, Cap, it's 13 here.
Oh, hell no. Hell no.
Oh my
13
god.
is -10 for you, Phil.
Right, and then even chill factor.
Your heat oil bill is going to be $1,000, Rich. That's ridiculous.
Even chill factor.
Because our homes are well insulated up here.
Oh, well, yeah, because they're all.
It might be 200.
Is that all? I just paid my bill. It was $286.
Because the insulation.
You guys don't insulate like we do. Our buildings are so insulated up here.
No, in fact, I'm all the way up on the top floor, and I had the heat pump running in the basement, so the freaking pipes won't freeze, and nobody is down there because nobody's here but me. So nobody's in the basement. I have the whole freaking heat pump running on the basement floor just to keep the house from all the pipes from freezing. It's so ridiculous. Georgia's not prepared for this type of weather.
Yeah.
Well, do you know what Georgia? You know what's so silly about Georgia? Insulation works when you're cooling your house too.
Yeah.
So I don't understand why Georgia does not have insulation.
Well, houses built, like, say, in the last 15 years or so, they have wraps on them because, this freaking heat down here is an otherworldly.
You should have the same insulation values as we have up north in your home. Because
that's going to require like regulation and stuff. And
and those rednecks down there are not going to give you regulation.
Exactly. Like they are so not going to do that.
Anything that will benefit black people, they will not do. It doesn't matter.
They will go without to keep black people from having. Yes, that is a documented fact.
Yep. It's crazy to me.
That is crazy.
They will do it, Phil. If a bill is going to benefit black people and immigrants or anybody marginalized, they will vote it down. Even though it's going to benefit them more than anybody else, they will do without to keep from seeing other people have
that's why they destroyed their
pie.
public school system down there. They literally destroyed it on purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah, schools. Ugh.
Oh my God.
Let's take things like Medicare and welfare. Part of the way they got those things passed in the federal government is they allowed the states to set the poverty levels within their state. Now they say there's a national poverty level. That's the average for just anybody in the United States. I think, if I'm not mistaken, Texas set their poverty level at 1/4 the national rate.
Wow.
To make sure that people could not get the money, i.e., black people.
Oh, wow.
Where I think New York is at 1 or maybe even more.
Wow. Those people are not easy.
They're real assholes down there.
Yeah.
They are.
Literally.
And they pride themselves on being assholes.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Like that idiot governor we have that got on the television this morning talking about, well, y'all just hunker down, get inside and stay inside and hunker down for a couple days till we get some sunshine and the temperature goes back up again.
Oh my goodness.
That's his plan for the snowstorm.
Oh, wow. Idiot. What do we do with such idiots? My God. How do we deal with
Who
such
is this?
idiots?
Is this you, Chuck?
That's tough.
Oh, that is you. Hey, Chuck.
Yeah, Chucky.
Hey, Xpicon.
Oh, Chuck, it's glitching
Hi,
back.
Phil.
Nobody dropped you. It's just glitching now.
A family of
Can you guys?
Hmm? What is that, Chuck?
a family of 2 people in Texas. The poverty level is $20,000.
Woo!
In New York
Wow.
State, it's 34,000.
Wow.
Wait, I think that might be a little high for New York. Let me make sure.
Y'all know I would just go ahead and unalive if I had to live off of $20,000 because there's no way in hell.
You know?
I mean, even if I didn't have a mortgage to pay, I still couldn't live off of $20,000. Are you kidding me?
That's crazy.
They do it. It's crazy.
Wait, can
Yeah, Chuck.
Oh no, sorry. I was just gonna say, can anyone hear me? Cause
Yeah, I can hear
Yeah,
you
we
now.
can
I
hear
don't
you.
know, like, I don't know.
Yeah, Chuck, we can hear you.
Oh, okay, that's good. Oh, okay, fine. That's
Yeah.
good. Please, Rich. Sorry to have interrupted. Just finish
Go
what you
ahead.
have to say.
Hmm?
Oh
What was
no,
that?
I said Rich should continue what he wanted to
Oh,
say
oh.
because I think I interrupted.
No, we were just talking about the poverty level set in states to set their Medicare and Social Security nets, and how the southern states always set theirs much lower than the northern states, so they don't have to give people money.
No, yeah, and plus it's a willful negligence, like willful negligence on the people put there in charge to take care of the people. Yeah, that's one of the major reasons why I left the U.S. because like it just didn't make sense to me anymore. Even
Where
though
did you go?
I went back to my country, Nigeria.
Oh.
Yeah, I studied in New York. I was in New York for like 6 years, and I did 1 year in Tennessee.
Where'd you study in New York? What college?
Buffalo.
Oh, I'm in Rochester.
Oh,
I've been talking to you guys. It has literally snowed, but the cars and everything are covered.
What? Was covered?
The cars and everything. Hold on, Phil. I'll show you.
Oh. Well, yeah, you can trust. Covered in snow. Oh my goodness. There's
Um,
more rain, more
flip it around.
snowfall than y'all. Know what I mean?
There you go, Phil.
Whoa.
So I don't know. We might have some more this afternoon. It's not covering the yard,
I hate to
but
tell you,
that's how
Cap.
much we have. This is
Hey, Cap,
this
I
is
got
the
that little.
blizzard in Atlanta.
Hey, Cap, I got that little tiny violin for you. Because I snow
Okay,
blew
now
6
I hear
inches.
you.
I snow blew 6 inches of snow yesterday when I got home.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's nothing. Look, this is my street. It's nothing. This is the
Well,
blizzard that they closed school for today, and
but
it's
you
a
know how it
fucking
is
joke.
over there. They're not usually prepared. So
Oh God, let me not show my damn car tag.
oh my goodness.
I know. I actually have a tag from my
Yeah, don't
university.
show it because
Look,
we still
Phil, one of
recording
these
on
pretendians
on YouTube. It's still
right. One of these pretendians I cussed out
mm-hmm.
is probably out in the hallway listening.
Or
They'll be at my door.
You gotta be safe. You gotta keep the psychos away.
Oh boy.
By the way, so bad that
You breaking
this
up,
whole
Chuck?
TikTok thing was it's oh
Chuck, you was breaking up there.
what's going on? I don't know what's going on my network.
Yeah.
Can you guys
One
hear
bar. Yeah, we can hear. You got one bar. You got one bar.
me? Okay. I hope you get better because at this point I don't know what to do. I was gonna say, yeah, I'm so glad that that Trump hasn't been banned in the US. Obviously, they were trying to gaslight the people of citizens. And I was having a conversation with someone, a friend of mine, who is into stocks and bonds, and he said that it was a limit at 10 for people to buy stocks on Meta because they believe that Meta is
Meta is going to buy you on
so
TikTok.
old that to merge with Meta. Yeah, yes. So that's why they cause like a caucus of like
Oh gosh.
unwanted air and ring. Like it's ridiculous. Like I can't say for certain that that's the actual story, but like I'm still looking into it to see where I'm actually mapped out. But like if that is actually true, that is very sinister. And like and I'm sorry, the Trump administration is really, really pathetic and
very pathetic,
deviant.
Yeah,
they're predatory. They're absolutely predatory. Like I don't know. Like it's I know it's not I know it's not the topic of conversation. Like it's so how do I say it? It's so predatory what the administration is doing because apparently he has the Trump has launched what do you call it a Bitcoin. He has launched his own Bitcoin.
What?
Yeah, his own Bitcoin, and his wife also launched her own Bitcoin. And
what?
Addresses like the wallet addresses are in his.
Oh my goodness!
So they're literally
criminal.
The stupidity of the people.
Yeah. Right now, the U.S. have a massive boss again. Mafia boss for president.
Let's be honest. Yeah, well, the U.S. has always, apart from Trump being a mafia boss, like the U.S. has it's not by how not say arrogant, but how foolish and stupid of what's his name, Biden, to say,
Mm-hmm.
that the country is going to be run by oligarchs. It was already run by oligarchs. Like, he was
Yeah.
an oligarch. So that whole gaslighting of
Mm-hmm.
people, like, it needs to stop. Like, it's like seeing people do that, people outside the world, also in communication with people in the US, and are
Yeah.
telling them, like, on apps like TikTok, that look, this is what your government is doing. Like, the people are aware. Like, they need to stop this,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
foolishness. Like, it's taken out of hand. Ugh,
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I think it's nice. I think it was nice that, people got to see how, you know, how especially in China, how they are living, at least to give them an idea that yes, they're being effed in the ass, like real
Mm-hmm.
time, in terms of like cost of
Yeah.
living and food, groceries and stuff. It's kind of
Mm-hmm.
rather than them being surprised, like thinking about it, we need to fight for it.
Yeah.
I'm saying this because the U.S.
Chucky, you're
not
breaking up bad, boy.
down to us here in Africa. Uh,
It break. The
let me
internet,
see. Let me
you can't get internet.
Everything,
try.
all of that stuff that you're talking about is actually illegal in this country.
Mm.
Really,
Yeah. Yeah.
Technically, it is.
Chucky, my
Rich?
God,
Hello.
Yeah, it is. But he has skirted the laws. Trump.
Mm-hmm.
He's
Yeah.
not supposed to profit.
Yeah. But
It's illegal.
God. He already got so much. He gonna get his locked up.
And don't you remember the Supreme Court said that you can't prosecute a president for
anymore.
Yeah, basically this is what he's using, that rule.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. But we saw him doing that every
Absolutely,
night.
sir. Yeah.
We saw him
He
doing
does
that.
it all the time. He does it all the time. Like,
But he a bunch of criminals
he
put
is
him in power
literally
too.
exposed.
Stupid people who
He has
get carried
exposed.
away. Yeah, he got exposed, but
He has,
then people don't care.
he has,
Yeah, Chucky drop down and request
not
again.
just that. Like, I
And
was
CFD connection will be better. Drop and request again. I'm going to restart or go the app and come back in the app. Listen, things happen with Uchi.
Rich left. I wanted to ask.
No, he probably got a call or something.
I'm right here. What's up?
Oh, so Rich, you were saying that everything that Trump is saying is skirting the law.
Technically, all these things that he's doing with cryptocurrency and stuff like that, and his wife, technically that's all supposed to be illegal.
Mm-hmm. Right. Oh yeah, that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. He's supposed to. It's supposed to be illegal.
Till now because he didn't get prostitute.
He just think, honestly, he thinks he won't be charged. Right now he's setting it up so that his attorney general won't go after him. The Justice Department won't go after him because they're supposed to be actually independent of the president.
Mm-hmm.
But he's changing all that.
Yeah, of course.
But you know what, Rich? Fun and I were talking about this last night. How people don't believe the Germans voted the H man in. Y'all know that, right? Mm-hmm. They voted Mustache in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It wasn't no coup d'etat.
Yep. Now, honestly, he got the first election, he got a small percentage, like 33%, and had a coalition government. By the time he finished with it, the next election, he got like 80% of the votes because he got rid of
he basically unalived and just got rid of all competition.
Opposition. Well,
Either he'll get reelected in 28 or we just won't have an election. I really believe that. I may be.
yeah, he would change the law.
Yeah, I may be feeding into fear, but
But they think
I
that
don't
was
trust
his modus operandi.
yeah.
That 4-year term, that 8-year 2-term thing. I know he's gonna try to change that. That's why he loves Putin. Essentially,
Yeah,
that's what
and
Putin did.
for his age, he's in really good health.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like he's got one foot in the grave or anything.
Mm-mm-mm. He's a master criminal. Master con. Yeah, Chucky Stone. Oh, Lord.
Oh, you can't hear me?
Thing in bars is worse. Oh my
Can you
goodness.
hear me?
We can hear you. Yeah, breaking up. God. But yeah, go ahead. You can still make hope.
Oh, I don't have any bars, but like,
Mm-hmm. Okay, you can
yeah, I
hear
think
you
it's
now.
my
Go ahead.
headphones.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's all jumbled up. We can't hear.
You're totally breaking up.
Yeah.
Get out of the water first.
okay.
I've got to check that. Oh my goodness.
How dare you, Gaslight? Come on.
You can't swim and be on TikTok at the same time.
Yeah, Rich. You know, earlier I was trying to stream to YouTube. Remember, I was having some problems.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, I got it solved.
Okay, is it better now?
Yeah. And it's coming through nice and clear and
It's better now, right? Please.
Yeah, that better. Yeah.
Okay. Sorry. I guess it's my headphones. My headphones are terrible.
Bluetooth. Oh. Mm-hmm.
Oh no! I'm using the headphones. Just ones you get something to wireless.
I don't think it's your headphones.
I guess it's just terrible.
You're still breaking up a little bit. I don't think it's your headphones because I see bars.
Bars. Two
You
bars,
get
one
bars.
bar, no.
It's your location.
Mm-hmm.
It's your location.
Location.
Yeah.
Okay, get closer.
You have to come back from heaven. They don't allow Wi-Fi up there.
Maybe that's why Jesus is not answering any prayers.
Yeah. Bad Wi-Fi.
You know, Quan knows the Holy Wi-Fi song.
Yeah?
Yeah, Quan has a Holy Wi-Fi song.
Wow.
Holy Wi-Fi, fall down on us.
Mm-hmm.
Holy Wi-Fi.
My God. Holy Wi-Fi. Mm-hmm. I like that. Holy Wi-Fi song. Ooh. Where is the Holy Mandingo? You know, the construction, Justin has Doug. He's coming with that. When the Christians come up. My gosh. the belt,
Phil,
the rock.
can
Mm-hmm.
can I can I purchase
Mm-hmm.
land in Barbados?
You should be able to. Yeah, I
I
think there
mean,
are
do I have
people
to be a
outside.
citizen?
No, I don't think you have to be a citizen.
Can I become a
Mm.
citizen?
Yeah,
Can I
but
have
yeah,
dual
I can't
citizenship?
remember. Yeah, you can have dual citizenship here. Mm-hmm.
I need places to
Like,
Yeah,
go,
that's a
man.
Chris.
good. That's a good idea, Gaslight.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'd move
I,
to Barbados.
yeah.
I've been there before. I loved it. I loved it.
Mm-hmm.
Can
Yeah.
I tell you the one thing about Barbados and all islands that I don't like? In
Mm-hmm.
being in the U.S., I'm used to abundance and cheap goods,
Ah,
and it's just not
but
that way down in Barbados, and that's my problem.
although you can live thing there are places where you can get items reasonable, but
Like my
Barbados and Trinidad has more, I would say, more stuff than a lot of the other Caribbean islands.
oh yeah, I know Barbados is one of the good ones, but when you get
You got
like
you have the
when I go to
Grenada.
Barbados, like I'll spend the 2-3 weeks down there and go to grocery stores and everything,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just the
Yeah,
cost of
grocery.
living down there is crazy.
Yeah, the
It's
groceries
it's really high. In
are
fact,
high.
my partner's brother and
Mm-hmm.
sister-in-law, when they come up here, they bring 2 extra suitcases to do clothes shopping.
Yeah, yeah. Because
Even
the sales in the states honestly are usually better than
yeah,
sales here. But
even with the not the tariffs, but with what's the duties, it's
yeah,
still much cheaper.
yeah.
So that's my
Here,
problem with moving. Honestly, that's my problem
yeah.
with moving down.
But the thing is that people you can still survive down here with the cost because even our exchange dollar is 2 to 1. Whereas I know in a lot of the other Caribbean islands it's higher than that, and you don't have to spend money on heating
Yeah,
at all,
unfortunately, is the
Mm. and you get
I think
universal health care down here.
yep. But yet, all the
Mm-hmm.
Canadians I know who live down there,
Mm-hmm.
they go back and forth to Canada like twice a year, so they don't lose their Canadian health care.
Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I sort of
Yeah, you
find that,
can. Mm-hmm.
yeah, yep.
Well, Rich, you know that
Well,
Canada's going to become the 51st state. You know that, right?
We might become a Canadian province, actually.
No.
That's more likely.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And then you get universal health care. Because Canada has universal health care too.
It's just unfortunately,
Mm-hmm.
islands just don't have the resources that a mainland like a U.S. or Canada has. They
Yeah,
just don't. They can't compete at that level.
But, Rich, you can get used to anything.
yeah,
If you go
yeah.
down there to live, you'll forget about half of the shit you have
Yeah,
up here.
you have a
It's more
lady.
of a want than a need.
Yeah, and there's a lady in Trinidad from Wales. She says she's moving to Trinidad because the number one, the heating, there's no heating cost. The electricity is way less than what she would pay because they supply their own. They have their own fuel. And entrepreneurship is a lot easier to do. They're not
So,
the red tape stuff like what you
basically,
would get
your
in the
high
United
cost
States.
your high costs down there are for food and clothes.
Because it's tax.
Yeah,
And the
yeah.
tax goes into the universal health care and the
It is.
schooling. Schooling
Right.
is free
Okay.
for students up to tertiary level up to university.
Wait a minute. So you could get a bachelor's degree for free?
Yes, you just have to pay a minimum, not tuition, but it's an entry fee. That's it. That's how you got my degree.
Phil, my daughter had
for
a
it.
full scholarship, and she still has $40,000 worth of loans.
Wow.
Not to mention all the thousands of dollars I
don't want
dished out
anything.
while she was in school.
The
Yep.
only thing you have to pay for is if you going, you gotta get scholarship basically like for masters. But bachelor of science, nope. Bachelor of arts, nope. And we have technical colleges here too.
That's wild.
I know.
Because
You can
these
do
kids
online
go into
banking. We
serious
have
debt.
online banking. We have online banking. The people is easy to do your pay your electric bills. We do solar. So if you invest in the solar system, it cuts down your energy costs.
Now that's something that the United States really needs to catch up with. Is out in places like California, Arizona, Nevada, they're good. Like you can get the solar panels and they'll buy your power back, and you really reduce your bill.
That's how.
But on these other places, like they don't want to do that because they feel like they're missing out money. But really, it's so much better for the environment, and you don't have to worry about.
They don't care about the environment.
Like if these people's lights go out, right?
Yeah.
My power is underground, so it's probably not going to go out.
Yeah.
But there's some people that still have above ground power, right? Okay, so if the power stays out 6 or 8 hours, then they're going to lose all the meat and stuff. You know, people here buy tremendous amounts of food. They're going to lose all that food.
Our power grid is more stable than the United States grid.
I'm sure it is, but the people are going to lose all their $300 or $400 worth of groceries because the power is going to go down and they don't have any solar power. They make it difficult, just like in my county, the trash and the recycling is a part of our property taxes. But in the county where my dad lives, they have to pay for to be a part of the recycling. Is that not crazy? That's crazy. Right. So people won't recycle because you have to pay extra to recycle. So people won't do it.
Yeah. Oh my God. That is crazy.
Do you have an HOA?
What's an HOA?
Yes, that's like
homeowners association.
We have
they hate me, Gaslight. They don't like me, and I don't like them.
In Barbados, we have a fair trading commission, so the electric company, telephone company can't do as they please.
Oh no, Phil! Homeowners association.
But in other islands, no.
They're weird. They're the assholes that are supposed to be in control where you live, and they tell you shit like you can't paint your door that shade of green and all kind of bullshit like that. So they don't like me, and I don't like them. We fell out when I painted my door a different shade of green, and they said that wasn't the original shade of green that was on the door, and I said, well, I go to Home Depot and buy some more paint and come down here and paint it, because like no, I don't care what you think, and so they haven't liked me since then.
Well.
And you have to pay them for keeping you in line.
Well.
Oh yeah, you have to pay.
That is crazy.
Well, we pay quarterly. A lot of people pay every month or you know.
Yeah.
I pay
It just
monthly.
depends however they set it up.
Okay, Chucky. Yeah. Oh man, I'm so sorry. Network. Yeah. Chucky's
Yeah.
still there in the chat. Yeah.
I
It's
cannot
crazy.
believe
It's crazy, crazy. My gosh. Well, baby here, he don't have to work 2 jobs sorry to survive. Most people work one, or everybody I guess works one.
some more what, Phil?
We don't have to work 2 jobs to survive. And then people can do entrepreneurship stuff they want to do. But usually person just
Oh
work
wow.
one job.
Yeah, that's a big issue here.
Yeah.
A lot of people, even if they don't
Yeah,
work
that's
like 2 jobs
might be
that they
more
go
expensive,
to,
but mm-hmm.
they have a main job and then they have like, some kind of little side business that they do for themselves, or they do some
Mm-hmm.
kind of consulting or something.
Okay.
Yeah, I had 2 jobs up until the pandemic,
Mm-hmm.
and I was also managing an assisted living. The bill they closed so it. Many. I mean, we got like 6 residents. They closed.
Oh shoot. Oh, thing just came out the speaker. Sorry. The speaker just came out. Mm-hmm. You are reconnected.
I cannot
Okay,
believe
good.
it freaking snowed again. I mean, this is so rare. We don't have it twice.
Yeah.
Like, no, it doesn't happen like this for us.
So it's twice that this happened so far
Twice
for
this
this
year,
year.
yeah.
Well,
Week before last, we had
no,
snow.
oh
But
my
this
goodness.
time, it's just that little bit of dust I showed you. But these people
Mm-hmm.
act like we got 8 feet of snow out here.
I thought it was like 8 inches, not 8 inches, but
No,
something
Phil,
more
it's
than
just
that.
a little dust. It looked like it was a lot because my car hadn't been moved. So all that was sitting on top of the car.
Mm-hmm.
But no, it's hardly anything. But
Yeah.
people here start freaking out. I bet you they got the police up at the grocery store because, yeah, no,
Hey,
they'll fight.
Cat, we get
Well,
that
no,
amount
they'll
of
be
snow
right
every.
back.
We get that amount of snow every single day of dusting like that.
Exactly.
It's like that's not. We wouldn't even. We literally don't blink.
You wouldn't blink at that. No. And these people, the street is so bad. There's so many people on the road right now. You can't even turn out of my subdivision. Oh, this dude's not going to let me go. You can't even turn out of my subdivision. The people are driving 3 miles an hour. And I guarantee you the police is at the grocery store because they'll fight up at the grocery store.
That's funny.
Yeah, at least it's not like what was it in 2017? I think that they didn't let people leave work and school in time, and they told people they start calling them and telling them that the bus couldn't bring their kids home from school, so they had to come get their kids. And then by the time the people got to the school and got the kids, they couldn't get out anymore, so they were stuck at school with the kids for like days, a couple of days. It was crazy.
Yeah, everything is like between the salt that we have and all that. Our roads are always clean.
Oh yeah, my daughter's having a fit, Rich, because she didn't realize. Like she thought it was gonna do like here, like it's gonna snow and then it's gonna get warm again and it's gonna be 60 for a couple of days. She didn't realize like no, none of that's gonna happen. It's going to snow and it's going to continue to snow.
Where does she live now?
She lives in Brooklyn.
Well, actually, Brooklyn, the coast got more snow than we did up here in Rochester. We haven't got that much snow this winter for us. We haven't had a significant, what I consider a significant snowflake. I've used my snowblower twice.
Right, but I mean, think about it. She left Atlanta and she was in LA, and then now
she's in Brooklyn. Yeah. Now
so
Brooklyn, she'll get up to 50 though.
She's like, what's going on? It just won't stop. And then it rains and it's this slush and it's everywhere. And then I'm like, you know what? I tried to tell you, but you didn't want to listen. So tough it out. But she loves New York, so I think she's gonna adapt.
Yeah. Everybody adapts and loves New York until they get out of it and say, why the fuck did I stay there so long?
Yeah, I mean, well, she's 20. She's got energy. She likes to do all that walking, so I guess she'll be okay, for a while. I'm sure as she gets older, when she probably gets close to 40, right? She'll say, yeah, fuck this.
Unless she makes copious amounts of money, and even then, that's when they move out to the suburbs.
Right. At some point, the hassle outweighs the money, right?
Yep. Unless, like I said, unless you got if you got a tremendous amount of money, New York is the place to live. But it's not the place to live if you're middle class. It just isn't.
Because it's a hard knock life. Nah, it's better to live like up where you are. You can be middle class, but in New York City, like that.
Yeah, the simple thing of like going to the grocery stores. I can go to the grocery store one time a week because I go into the parking lot, fill up my car, leave the parking lot, don't pay for parking, go home. It's just it's we've got the city of Rochester. I think has 300,000 people in the city proper. In the county itself, with about 900,000.
Wow, there's over 1 million